up, guys?
It's been a while that we don't do a podcast. In a sense, we've been doing some vlogs on our YouTube channel, right here on this medium, or if you're listening to us on our YouTube channel about a story. And if you don't know,
You gonna find out.
you're gonna find out that we're a couple of expats who sold everything we had in Florida. We moved down here to the foothills of the Andes Mountains. We're vlogging our journey. We're still doing our podcast, right?
Yep, and we're still living it up.
We're living it up down here in South America. And you know what? It's pretty awesome
Yeah.
that we're away from all that mumbo jumbo that's happening in the
Yeah.
United States. Now,
There's some madness going on right
madness going on, but I feel like, like I tell everybody, Colombia, it's not better or worse than the United States, and vice versa. The United States is not better or worse than Colombia. It's just different. The United States is different. The United States is your own unique place to be, live, visit, tour, whatever. And so is where we're at right now in the foothills of the Andes Mountains here in Colombia. It's just
Agreed.
different.
It is very different. There's a big difference.
Like we were just on the internet, and there's a huge controversy right now with my Bible, my man crush.
Man crush.
It's my man crush about Joe Rogan.
Mr. Rogan.
Mr.
My goodness,
Rogan.
poor guy. I mean,
They're trying to cancel him.
it's gonna be too hard to cancel him. He has
You
too
can't
many
cancel.
followers.
You can't cancel him. You can't cancel him.
Can't.
You cannot cancel him now.
You can't.
No.
He's too. It's not even
It's too
about
big.
being powerful. It's just that he has too big of a following, and people are interested in what he has to say.
He's real,
Yeah.
and people like real.
And I never knew disinformation was giving your opinion.
Yeah. Well, what they say is that it's disinformation because he's such an influence to so many people that by him saying something, people see it as the truth. So they're saying it's disinformation. And like for instance, like he said he took ivermectin for his COVID. And people were saying that it was horse medicine. Yes, ivermectin can be a horse medicine, but he never took the horse medicine.
He took the human form.
He took the human form. Don't go out there and take horse medicine because you're not a horse. You were just saying you're what? You weigh what?
I weigh what probably the horse's
Ass
butt cheek weighs.
weighs.
I mean, it's like, and you know what, we can dabble on this and go further into it, which is kind of fun because it's a fun controversy.
It's controversy.
But I don't think that what he does with himself is gonna negate the fact that you're still a human being, you're still an adult, and you're supposed to be able to reason with your own brain and figure out what's right from wrong.
But the majority of people are very easily influenced, not just by Joe Rogan, but by anybody, whether they're right or wrong.
I agree, but
Because
then,
people don't think for themselves. Thinking is hard.
But then we have to go to the other side of the coin, which is when are we going to take responsibility for ourselves?
Imagine we have to get warning labels on everything we buy, otherwise people will just be outing themselves.
Yeah, that is a scary thought.
That's the society that most people live in now.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still your responsibility to take care of yourself.
It is, but that's hard to do, and people want it to be done for them.
Agreed.
Kids were drinking, what is it, Tide Pods a year ago, 2 years ago?
Because that was a TikTok fad, right?
But there's a warning label on it. They were still doing it.
I know, so which means that people are still going to do whatever they want, regardless if there's warning labels or not. So
I don't get it.
it's very simple. You hear something, you find it interesting, you research it, you figure out if it's the best fit for you, and then I would say you probably go to a doctor or a natural doctor to figure out what your dosage would be or what
Go to the doctor you feel comfortable with.
yeah, or one that's going to support what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the end of the day, if we would have did things the right way, the government would have offered all alternatives where they were available, and people could have picked and choose exactly what was the best course of action for them. Then maybe we wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah, but it's not science.
But technically,
If
nothing.
it's not approved by mass media, your government, then it's not safe to do. Ivermectin was not, even though it's helped, like it helped Dana White, it helped Joe Rogan. They took monoclonal antibodies.
But supposedly you can't find those
You
anymore
can't find
in
them
the
now.
States.
You can't find them in the
And
United
I
States
wonder
anymore.
why. I wonder what's the point.
Because people started taking them, and
they started healing.
And them now. I'm a conspiracy theorist, guys. All right, I believe all that shit, right?
Well, you don't believe it without having
I love to believe it.
Yeah, but you don't.
I love to believe those conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but it also has valid points to why you believe it. You just don't believe it because you believe it. You believe it because there's.
Because I'm a conspiracy theorist. All right, I'm a tattoo conspiracy theorist right across my neck.
You should right on your forehead.
Right on my forehead, conspiracy theorist.
Why not?
But why are they taking it out? Is because maybe it doesn't fit the agenda where they want to get everybody vaccinated.
Yeah, this is getting scary. That it is actually being scary because at the end of the day, you get vaccinated, but still even the vaccinated aren't.
But can you believe what's happening in Canada?
Yeah.
I think it's Ottawa.
Yeah.
Ottawa. You can't go grocery shopping if you're not vaccinated, if you don't show a vaccine passport.
That's
and if
scary.
you're gonna go inside, you can only go inside to the pharmacy. And if you go inside of the store, they escort you so you don't buy groceries. You can only buy medicine from the pharmacy. And that's why all those truckers are up there in Canada right now protesting. And yesterday they went ahead and arrested them.
I'm completely with them. I mean, how the heck is it gonna be that you can't even exercise your right to eat? So you can't go buy food?
No.
At the grocery store, where are these poor people buying food at?
People who are not getting, well, they're
Probably farms, hopefully.
Are they being forced to vaccinate? Is that a force? Now,
And why only that country? When a lot of other countries are already reducing the mandates
they're
on
taking
masks.
away mandates on masks, vaccines, and all that stuff. Now,
But then why is Canada pushing it a little harder?
well, a city in, I think it's not Ottawa, some city in Canada, they just took away the mandates.
Okay, so then it's just this one. So then, in order for you to be able to survive in Ottawa, Canada, you have to leave. You have to leave. You can't stay there.
If you're not vaccinated.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're being ousted, you're being
Bullied.
bullied. There we go. That's a good
not
word.
cool.
That's a
not
good
cool.
word.
I mean, with everything that's happening in the world, I feel like that's what they want us to do.
Okay, here's my theory.
Okay.
Here's my conspiracy theories. And I know I've told you this before. I just want to tell you, I want to tell people listening, people watching right now, my theory on it. And it's, I believe anybody that wants to get vaccinated should get vaccinated.
Absolutely, 100%.
I don't think there should be anybody that wants to get something that shouldn't get it, right? I believe if you don't want to get vaccinated, you shouldn't have to.
You don't have to.
Now, I also believe that if you're, let's give it a safe number, 65 and over, I think you should get vaccinated. I think because studies show that the majority of the people who got affected by the vaccine were the older people.
Agreed.
The elderly, right? So yes, you should get vaccinated. If you're obese, you should go ahead and get vaccinated. If you have if you're diabetic, if you have asthma, if you have, what do you call that, respiratory
Bronchitis?
disease? Bronchitis.
Any type of pulmonary issues.
There we go. What's the thing that people get? Emphysema.
Emphysema. Yeah, but emphysema is from smoking a lot, so it's going to be old people.
Yeah, but if you have
Yeah,
emphysema,
yeah.
that means you have problems
That
breathing
means your
with your
little
lungs.
sockets in your lungs are not
Taking
up adequate
I
air.
think you should go get vaccinated right away. Right away. Go get every freaking booster they give, all at the same time. Now, we just recovered from COVID.
Yes, and
Right.
you know what? My parents also got COVID.
And
One's
they recovered.
exactly, they recovered. They're fine. One's vaccinated. One's unvaccinated,
Yes.
and they both did fine.
They did fine. Now, we're not vaccinated. You got a headache.
I got a headache for 2 days. I got body pain for 2 days, and I had a little slight fever. I didn't feel well. I hardly get sick. So when I do, it's not fun.
Our son also got it. He got a headache. He's 12 years old. He got a headache. He got a fever.
His fever went pretty high.
Next day, it was fine. I think we caught the Omicron. I also got it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get fever.
No, you just got body pain.
Right? I got a little bit of body pain. Not too much. A little bit of body pain. And then the weird thing was that I developed hiccups for about 48 hours. But here's the point I was getting at, right? Which is, we felt sick. We got symptoms. So what do? We stood home, right? We got IV drips. We got, one of our friends is a doctor. She came to the house. She gave us an IV drip, and it was great.
And we gave her COVID.
And I think she got COVID, right? She's fine now, and she's great. But what did we do? We got symptoms, so we stood home. We didn't go out, right? We're responsible adults, right? Now, if you're vaccinated, let's say you go to the stores and they ask you, hey, can I see your vaccine card? Now, if they have a vaccine card, what's the point of asking for a vaccine card if somebody who's vaccinated can still spread COVID? And I believe, now this is just my theory, right, that a person who gets vaccinated will most likely suffer less symptoms. Mm-hmm. So if they have less symptoms, wouldn't they may not know that they have COVID because they have no symptoms, and now go into a place where it's crowded with a lot of people and spread it to others?
Yeah.
But yet, a person who's not vaccinated supposedly will get more symptoms, right? Mm-hmm. So they'll know, and they should do the responsible thing like we did, which is stay home and stay away from people. You know what? I don't feel good. I'm going to stay home.
Yep.
So if you're vaccinated, you can spread it and catch it. You can catch it and spread it, but you're allowed to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. If you're unvaccinated, you can actually tell you have it, or at least if you do decide to go out, you're going to see somebody, they're going to look kind of sick. They might be coughing, fever, sweaty.
But does it necessarily mean that if you're vaccinated, you won't get it as hard? Because we have a friend in the United States, she got COVID and she couldn't breathe.
Yes, but what they say is that the majority of the people, your symptoms are going to be less.
Okay.
That's what they're selling us.
Yeah, because we honestly don't know if they are or they wouldn't. Like if we're playing devil's advocate and we're playing both lines, we really don't know if that's true. We really don't know if no one would have been vaccinated, if the numbers would have continued to be super low like they were, because they were low. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people on the planet.
But when the vaccine came out, numbers still rose in cities like New York and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So
and people were still being hospitalized.
They were saying most of the people being hospitalized were the unvaccinated. Of course, I have no proof of that. I can only go by what the media has told us.
Exactly.
And they said that people that were unvaccinated were most likely to get hospitalized. Mm-hmm. But what's the point of getting people vaccinated with no other ultimatum? No, you cannot attend the concert. No, you cannot go to the restaurant. When you can tell somebody's sick. It's weird, right?
I don't even know what's the purpose of it. Like, if you tell me we're gonna get like we were talking about this earlier. If you tell me that person's gonna get vaccinated, he's good. Can't get it, can't spread it, can't do anything. Okay, great.
Then you should get
problem solved.
Let's all get vaccinated.
Solution. We killed it. Done. Nobody could ever get it. Yeah. But when it's identical to the flu, where some people get it bad, some people get it okay.
And the vaccine only covers one strain.
And exactly.
A certain strain.
Then technically, now you're stuck saying, hey, wait a minute, is it necessary?
You got vaccinated for the Delta, but you caught Omicron.
Exactly, which is what happened to my father. My father was vaccinated a year ago, and I think he got
a booster?
He got both.
My mother also got all the boosters.
But he hasn't done the booster, the next one. He only got the first two.
So he got the original dose.
The original dose.
My mother's gotten all 3 boosters.
Okay, so and your mother still got sick.
She still got the Rona. Yeah.
And from us. So it ended up happening where my dad still got sick. So It didn't matter if he had it or he didn't. The shot, he still got another one. And the problem with boosters and with shots is that they can't keep up with it, because by the time they figure out what's the prevalent strain, the one you just got is gone.
Yeah, and my conspiracy theory self has also seen, I have no proof of this, I have no proof, and anything I can say, I want you guys to do your own judgment, because anybody listening to this podcast or watching this video, you guys are adults and you guys should be able to do whatever you want, right? But I've noticed that ever since the first vaccine came out, a new booster's been coming out every 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, because
on schedule.
Because that's where the ching ching bling bling is, baby.
Yes, but I feel that what you said is true. We were talking about this, that if you are, if the vaccine allows you to be immune from COVID and allows you to never catch COVID and not be able to spread it, then yes, I believe everybody should have it. But if you can still spread it, then I believe we should choose to see who gets it or not.
I agree. And you know what? For children, I think it's the parents' decision.
Yes.
I think some kids need it.
Yes.
There's some kids that are very sick.
Yes.
That they're going to need it.
Yes.
And I get it. But I think that those who aren't sick, I think they should be allowed to catch it. I mean...
Or make a decision to get the vaccine or not.
Exactly.
I just don't like the force.
The force is what... It's like they're shoving it to you without Vaseline. And you know what? I'm good. I think that we should all be allowed to make and discern with our lives what we choose.
Every parent has the right to choose what they want to do with their child.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? You even look at your kid, and if you look at them and you're like, wow, this child is gonna get hit hard with this, then you go ahead and you take care of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a friend of mine, she's a medical doctor, so is her husband, father, got COVID, passed away like what, a week and a half after? Like 10 days. Yeah. But he was a kidney recipient. He got... Did
he have cancer too, I believe?
No, he just had a kidney, but he was on immune suppressant, so the kidney that he got wouldn't get attacked. Yeah. So he needed it. But back then, this is when it first came out. Back then, there was no shot yet.
Yeah, but yes, correct, sorry.
So he ended up passing away, and she said she doesn't even know how he got it. Because he never went out.
They believe it was from the nurse attendee who was helping him out?
No, maybe, that's probably. Another parent. Another parent, a friend of ours. However, he never went out. He wouldn't go shopping. The only one that would go shopping was the wife. The wife never got sick. Nothing ever happened to the wife. And he still got COVID. The first time we got COVID, we were home. We completely isolated.
Back in those days, we used to bring our groceries from the supermarket. We would come home, we would take off our clothes, we would put all our fruits and vegetables out in the sun. We lived in Miami back then, so it was very hot. And everything else, jars, plastics, whatever it had, we would disinfect completely. We would actually wear gloves.
Yeah, because we were so scared.
Because
why wouldn't
they scared us? They told us it was the end of the world.
Exactly. Why wouldn't we be petrified? Supposedly everybody was gonna die. If you caught COVID, you were dead. There was nothing that you were dead.
Yeah,
like when I was on Facebook and I would see someone that got COVID and they were okay, I was like, oh my God, you're like the 1 in a million.
Yeah. I thought no.
We
literally thought it was the end of the world.
Yeah. Then homeboy goes to donate blood. And when you donate blood, they prick your finger and they check you for antibodies. He had antibodies. I almost had a crisis. I was like this.
Yeah, because I had gotten COVID.
Yes,
but I never even realized I had caught COVID.
And how could we have caught COVID when we were washing? Kid was home. No one came over. Like we seriously were not going out at all. This second time we got COVID, we've been very social. No mask, we're out.
After we realized that we can catch COVID without even being around people, we were like, you know what? Fuck it. We have to continue our lives. We have to continue living. COVID, we're very fortunate. It didn't hit us hard. I know you who might be listening or watching, you or a family member or a friend may have caught COVID and it may have hit them bad. Even some of you guys may have known or know people in your family or friends who have passed away.
Well, I have family that passed away.
Yeah.
So it.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, I'm sorry, but
Oh yeah,
for us,
definitely.
we're very fortunate
Yeah.
that.
We're the lucky 99%.
But here's what I tell people, right? I tell them, if the last 10 years you've been treating your body like shit, and you've been eating junk food, drinking soda, you're obese, you don't exercise, you don't do anything to help your body, mind, inner things inside your body to get to be stronger, you're reaping your reward. Where you might have to go get the vaccine, because the vaccine will save you, because it will give you less symptoms, and most likely you're not gonna be hospitalized or die.
It's the sad reality.
Now,
That's
if the
sad
last
reality.
10 years you've taken care of yourself, you've tried, you've done your very best to eat healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, exercise,
Low
sleep
stress.
well, low stress, not go out binge drinking, eating hot dogs, burgers, or anything like that.
I love
We all love
hot
it.
dogs.
Yeah, but you know what? We all love it. Okay, we all love it, and we all know what's good for us and what's bad for us.
Yeah.
Right? And
Binging is not good.
but now, if you did that for the last 10 years, again, you took care of yourself. Now you're gonna reap the rewards.
Surprise!
You may, again, I'm saying may, choose to not get vaccinated. Choose. I'm saying
Yeah.
it can still save your life,
It can.
because we are pro-vaccine.
Yeah, of course.
Our son's gotten all his vaccines. We've gotten our vaccines. We're not against vaccines,
I'm just not too
but
convinced on this one.
we've never gotten a flu shot.
But we don't do the flu.
We don't do shots that you have to regularly take.
Yeah, no, because then I feel like you're stuck on it, like a smoking, like okay, now I do need the next one, now I need the next one, now I need
Because
the
if
next
not,
one.
oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. We don't want to go through that headache.
Now, when I turn 70, it might be a different story.
Listen, after I'm 65, 70 years old, and supposedly COVID's still gonna be around by then.
People,
It's an endemic. It's
yeah.
gonna be around forever.
It's
a
an
virus.
endemic.
We cannot get rid of it.
but I never thought we could. I never in my head did I ever think COVID was gonna end. I said COVID's gonna be just like the flu,
Yeah.
just like the common cold.
Yeah, it's the cold, the flu is around, and people get a flu shot. I think the people who are most vulnerable to it. Or here's another thing. My uncle, he's not obese. I don't think he binges on a lot of bad food because he's not obese. But no, maybe he does. Anyway, the flu would really fuck him up every year. So he started getting the flu shot, and now he feels better.
Good.
So he says, same thing with you. If you catch COVID and you survive it, but it hits you bad, the vaccine's probably going to work for you.
I don't know, because about 20 years ago when we first moved to Florida, I got the flu and it knocked me cold for 10 days. I remember I was shivering. I was in pain. I couldn't even go to work. And I was just in bed every single day for 10 days. It was bad. Like, it was horrifically bad. After that, I never caught the flu again. Never.
Yeah, we don't
I
get
mean,
sick
I would have
that often.
gotten maybe a little sniffles,
Yeah.
my
Normal
nose would
stuff, normal
run
stuff,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. But like sick where I was in bed and I
No.
didn't feel good, never. So I don't know. I mean, I caught COVID recently. The first 2 days, I didn't feel like I was dying, but I felt horrible. It wasn't a pleasant
taste
feeling
of smell
for
and taste.
5 days. And I think, like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor.
Don't listen to us. Do your own research.
I just research. I like to read, research. I play devil's advocate. I check this side. I check this side. I agree with both because at the end of the day, both have a point.
Yeah.
Every single situation has a positive and a negative, a pro and a con, and both the pros have a crap load of stuff that's right, and the cons have a crap load. Now you just have to find which poison is best for you. Do I do it or do I not? And then you make that decision. So I personally don't know if I would do the shot because I'm scared of adding more stuff into my body, of toxins on top of the pollution, on top of all the stuff that you eat that's put into your food, on top of all the animals and how they're given shots, hormones, antibodies, and all this stuff. So it's like to add more to the load, I'm not too sure I want to do that, especially with something that is a virus that you can't stop, regardless if you have a vaccine or you don't. I think that we have done our due diligence.
You see, if the vaccine was to
Eradicate
give me immunity,
Exactly.
complete immunity, and then it wouldn't let me pass it along to somebody else or infect somebody else, yes, I would definitely get the vaccine.
I take one for the team.
I would take the vaccine
Because there's no I in team.
Because I don't want to be responsible for somebody else dying.
Exactly.
That's not what I want to do.
Like, I feel a little responsible that my parents got it and his mother got it, because they all got it from us. We went to hang out with friends. Nobody was sick.
Nobody was sick.
Like, nobody was sick. And all of them were vaccinated.
They were all vaccinated.
Except us.
Except us, yes.
So,
that's right. And that's why maybe they had very
light
symptoms where they didn't think it was COVID, but they still passed it along to us.
Well, it was Christmas. Here in Colombia, Christmas is like a big deal. We're in Whoville.
Our last podcast, we said we moved to Whoville. Remember, Christmas here, I mean, it's big in many countries, but it's like
it's huge here.
They start December 1st.
Because here, God is born on the 24th. So, 25th. 24th in the nighttime to the 25th.
On the 25th, yeah.
So, it's big, and it's a very religious country. So, you go and you sing what are novenas. And
carols. Christmas carols.
Yeah, Christmas carols. So, every day you go to someone's house different, and we have a lot of friends here. So, one day we went to one friend, another day we went to another friend.
Their family's house.
Exactly. My parents were here, so they came with us. We didn't leave them home. So they came and did carols with us, and we just went from one.
That's where they caught it.
Yeah.
At the Christmas caroling. And
well, I don't know if it was then or it was when we did that.
But here's my point. You see, everybody in the Christmas caroling house where we went to two houses, and I'm gonna say 95% of the people there were vaccinated.
Yeah, if not more.
If not 100%.
The only ones who are not vaccinated, and I'm 100% sure of it, are the kids. Because a lot of us, a lot of kids, their parents are like, no.
But the kids were hanging out on their own.
Yeah,
they
don't hang out with us. Like, they don't talk to,
they talk
they
to us.
do,
they
but
just
they
do their own thing.
Exactly.
You know, like what kids do.
Exactly. And then Polex was the last one to get it, which means that I got it first. I was the one that was sick first. I was sick on the 31st.
On the 31st, you got sick.
Then after I got sick, the very next day,
on the 1st, I got sick.
He got sick, and then the day after that, our son got sick. So it was like boom, boom, boom.
But do you see? We went to a place where we thought we were going to be safe because everybody was vaccinated, but their symptoms were probably so mild, but that they still were able to spread it.
Or they were asymptomatic people.
Or they were asymptomatic, and they passed it along to us.
Because sharing is caring.
But that's my point. You see, if they wouldn't have been vaccinated,
they would have probably
been like, you know what? We're canceling Christmas carols tonight.
Yeah.
Don't come.
I'm not feeling good.
I don't want to get anybody sick. So guys, Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys once we feel better.
Yeah.
But since everybody was vaccinated,
everybody felt great.
We're fine. But you see, and then we got it. We're lucky we're healthy.
And it did take about a week for us to start feeling bad.
Because Christmas carols end on the 24th. Christmas carols.
And we were doing them a week prior.
On the 22nd, on the 21st, on the 20th.
Yeah, so then, it took about 10 days. Let's say it started on the 21st, and we got sick on the 31st. I got sick on the 31st.
Yeah.
Sugar incubation is between 2 days and 14 days.
Yeah. So there you have it. That's why we feel that people who are vaccinated can be more of a threat to others because they can still spread it and not know they have it.
Well, then I guess the argument would be then everybody should be vaccinated. But then
that makes sense.
But then if you do that, then you're seriously taking away people's rights to decide what they want for their body. You know, like how come the government doesn't come and say, hey, you can't have a cheeseburger, you're overweight.
Your cholesterol will get high and you might die.
Exactly. And so you can't have that. Why? Because it's none of their business what we do with our bodies. Yeah. So, but, then again, we go into where sharing is caring, and then you work as a team collectively with your peers and the people that you live among. Then we go a little further and saying, then if you're vaccinated, why do you care if I'm not? Because if you're protected and you get COVID, you're not going to die. If I get COVID, I can get sick. So it doesn't even make any sense. Like, to why you would even want and coerce and grab someone's hand and bully and torture them and bully them to get
Twist their arm, yeah.
to get them a vaccine when if you got it already, you golden. Go. You're fine. You don't need me. I'm good. And plus, you don't have to worry about me because I'm gonna take care of myself however I see fit. And I don't think that anyone should be forced to do something. Now, if it was something along
Listen, if you're gonna force anybody to do something, force people to exercise. How
force
about that?
people to get healthy.
How about that? How come you don't force anybody to exercise?
Because
you encourage them, but you don't force them.
no, it should.
And that would save a lot of lives.
Of course, I've never understood why the United States doesn't help people like their doctors. Why don't they enforce? Hey, listen, you get a special stipend if you have 10 patients, and out of those 10 patients, you bring down all of their freaking medication down low, and you help them, and now they come back and they're doing incredible.
In the United States, I don't remember a time where I've been to a doctor's office where I don't see the drug dealer walk in.
Baby, is that?
I call them drug dealers.
Yeah, they are.
Because they come in with a little card, and their job is to sell the drugs to the doctors so they can go ahead and they're the supplier to the doctors, who the doctors are the real drug dealers who sell it, who prescribe it to the patients.
Well, the ones who come and give the doctors the drugs are the pimps. are the drug lords.
Yeah.
Then you have the doctors who are the suppliers, the sellers, and then they have us that are the consumers.
Here's the funny thing, though, right? In the United States, obesity is such a huge problem, and that's why COVID hit so hard, but the media won't cover that. Now, here in Colombia, it's hard to see obese people. And in almost every corner, there is a bread bakery. They sell bread here like crazy.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you go, you're gonna see a bakery. Maybe sometimes you see a bakery right across the street from another bakery.
Mm-hmm.
But why
Those are the drug dealers.
Why is obesity here so low? It's because people walk here more. I don't know. I see a lot of people riding bikes. I see a lot of people walking. In the United States, I mean, it does have a larger population. So maybe that's a factor where you're going to see a lot more of it. I believe maybe if here in Colombia there was a larger population, maybe you would see a lot more obese people. But if there's not a huge population, I don't know. I don't know why here the obesity level is not as high.
I think because here a lot of the food is very clean. Might not be the cleanest, but it is clean. Here the cows actually eat grass and they roam. Here vegetables are actually grown like normal vegetables.
I think we spoke about this before. The vegetables here are uglier.
They're horribly ugly.
They taste really good.
But they're good.
Because in the United States, if you go to the supermarket and you see not so good looking apple, you may not pick it up.
Exactly.
But here, the fruits are kind of in their natural state. Now, what we were saying earlier, in the United States, is the facade. It's the facade. So the fruits and vegetables look beautiful, but how healthy are they, or how contaminated are they from the pesticides, the GMOs, whatever it is they're putting in there,
wax,
hormones,
so that they can look nice and
how shiny those apples can be.
We don't know.
And if you're eating an apple a day, you're not gonna. One of those shiny apples, you may not be keeping the doctor away.
That's right. And you know what? I remember, I'm going to go back to something that I wanted to say real quick. Remember when you went to the doctor and you had a little bit of a slight increase in cholesterol, but I think that's hereditary.
Yeah.
It just runs in your family. And remember the doctor wanted to put you on pills? I remember we looked at her and we said, why can't we try to change the diet and see if it lowers? And then you changed it for 3 months. You went back.
Now, this was in the United States, of course, not here in Colombia.
So then we go to the doctor. He has that issue. She right away wanted to put him on a cholesterol medication. Yep. And I looked at her and I said, why don't we try diet first? He works out. He likes to, he takes care of himself.
I have changed my diet a lot, and my cholesterol has gone down. My triglycerides have gone down.
Which is the good one? That should be up.
HDL and LDL.
Okay. Got it.
But triglycerides were usually high, but I used to get a lot of breads and carbs and bad carbs.
And
there's good carbs.
Coffee mate.
And I used to drink a lot of coffee.
I think that kind of influenced
a lot of that too. I used to drink. Listen, I had an addiction to Coffee Mate, and I would drink 2 cups of coffee every morning, big cups of coffee, and I would always add a coffee mate to it. Here, I'm using stevia and most
and regular milk.
But regular milk, but then a lot of the times it's also black coffee.
Exactly.
So I'm not even putting sugar. So last time I checked, my triglycerides went down, and the bad cholesterol, which was kind of high as well, also went down. My triglycerides are actually in the normal range.
Good.
Now, and that's good. Now, second, here's another thing that you told me, and maybe it might help you who's listening or watching, and that is that if you have high cholesterol, of course, you have to change your diet. You should exercise. You should do all the things you know you have to do.
Yes.
Okay? Like I can sit here to red in the face telling you exercise, push-ups, run, eat healthy. You guys know you guys know when you're opening up the bag of chips, you know that's not good for your cholesterol. When you're having that pizza, it's not good for your cholesterol. When you're having a cheeseburger, have it, but have it maybe once a week. Don't have it every day.
Yep.
All right. Now, here's something that we discovered, and it did help me out a lot. Every 3 months, I've been donating blood.
That's right.
And when I donated blood, I went and checked my cholesterol and it dropped. Now, I'm not a doctor. No doctor has ever told us this and told us if you donate blood, your cholesterol will drop. We did it. Don't go donate blood every week, guys.
No, you could die.
Because you can freaking die.
You have to
follow the safety measures.
3 to 4 months is
3 to
good.
4 months.
Or 6 months.
When your doctor tells you are allowed to donate blood.
Exactly.
Donate blood.
Donating blood is good.
Check your cholesterol. It's like a free oil change because your body has to regenerate new blood.
And you know what? People use it. I'm a recipient of blood.
Blood, you got it.
Yeah, I had to get a blood transfusion last year around this time. Oh my God, it's been a year.
So you see, not only are you helping yourself,
you helping people
but
like
you
me.
help out others. So I think donating blood is a good thing.
Yes.
Right?
And I think that it's necessary because people need it.
If you are able to donate blood, check your hemoglobins.
Yes.
Check that you're healthy enough to donate blood.
Yeah, if you feel already lethargic and tired and
you may be anemic.
You may be anemic or you might have high cholesterol. High cholesterol actually produces anemic type of symptoms. But you know what? You should be going to the doctor at least once a year.
Yeah.
Making sure you check it. Yeah. And then if you know your numbers, then you can go donate blood. They usually check your hemoglobin. And if your hemoglobin's in range, they go ahead and they pull the blood out.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys, everyone should take care of themselves. It's our responsibility at the end of the day. It's our responsibility to take care of this vessel that we're brought here to experience. We're just spiritual beings in having a human experience. Yeah. And might as well have the best human experience. Why do you want to have a crazy...
Listen, if you're giving your car that is not alive an oil change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, then why shouldn't you give your body an oil change, right? You keep things lubed, you clean your car, you might take your car out once a week for a car wash. I'm not saying you don't shower every day, but what I'm saying is you do certain things to keep your car looking, driving at a certain state, right? Or being able to perform at a certain thing. Like George St. Pierre, MMA fighter, a GOAT, he's a GOAT. He says, I cannot eat like a regular car. I am a Formula One.
Damn right, he is.
I am a Formula One. If you compare it, I'm a Formula One. I cannot have regular gasoline. I need the best optimum gasoline. So same thing with you. How do you see your body? And the funny thing is that we see a lot of these memes and a lot of these things that are really thought-provoking, but influencers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm antisocial. Oh, I'd rather stay home and binge and eat pizza. Or like you see a lot of these things, and then these things start to become your reality.
Yeah, because what you think, you create.
Yeah, but if you're listening to this podcast, maybe your mindset can change. If you're listening to positive things, if these positive things are telling you, no, you are social. You should be. Listen, in the United States, I feel like we were very antisocial, and we would just kind of stay to our own. Like within our own, stay home. We were very homebodies.
Yeah.
Going out was kind of thing, but that's the kind of culture that
is bred
social media breeds to you, and the news, and then with COVID, of course. But here, it's like.
Yeah, the culture here is different.
It's different. Like people want to
if there's something wrong with you, if you don't gather with them. Like this is like a herding, like the Indians, right? Back in the days.
Here they have more of a sense of community.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
They really like tonight.
They bring you in.
Tonight we go to soccer to take our son, and we have a clique there that we hang out with, and we just talk while the kids are training. And then
fun. And then we
Friday
go to the house on
yeah.
on Fridays or Saturdays. They come over to the house.
They come over it's always something, and I don't know why we couldn't cultivate that. There's probably people out in the United States that have that. I'm sure they do. But we couldn't cultivate that in the United States, and I don't know why.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Maybe that's something we'll speak about on the next podcast and try to figure it out with you, with your input of why in the United States. I mean, we did have a lot of friends.
We had a ton of friends. We had a martial arts academy.
But we never really.
We clicked with a few, and then we would go hang out. But like the sense,
didn't feel
like the sense of unity that we have here. I never felt that over there.
Ever.
Here, like we pick up each other. Well, like I said, over there people probably do that. But here, like my friend today, she's picking up supplies that my son needs. I'll see her next week.
Maybe it was just us.
Maybe it was just us. Maybe I was the oddball out, and maybe I didn't understand that sense of community. But is that here? It feels like it's just given.
Yeah.
It's like, here, you want it? You want my friendship? I want to give you my friendship. Here, take it. Over there, it felt more like work.
It felt more like, it was more of an arm's length relationships. Always at first, it didn't always feel so open. Here, it's open. It's like, come here. Like
I love you.
I'm gonna hug you. I'm gonna
mess up, and then you're out of the freaking crew.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But then again, the culture is a lot different because in the United States, if you meet somebody, do you just shake their hand or do you give a hug and a kiss?
You shake their hand.
You shake their hand. Here in Colombia,
it's a hug and a kiss.
You give a hug and a kiss. So immediately you no longer
break that arm's length.
That arm's length.
We gotta talk about this on the next podcast.
It's interesting, huh?
Because you know what, guys? It ain't you. Swear. It ain't me either. It's just the culture.
It's the culture.
And like it might be us. It might be limiting beliefs that I have. It might be.
Because you always have to look within yourself.
Exactly.
And you always have to, like, if something's going wrong, figure out if it's something you're doing. You cannot always be the victim. You always have.
You should never be you should never take the stance of a victim.
It's like, for instance, man, everybody is this. Everybody's always saying, everybody always has issues with me or whatever it is. Or if it's everybody,
it can't be everybody.
It can't be everybody. It must be you.
That's
Sometimes
what I'm saying.
You gotta,
it's a cool.
You can't find the right person because everybody out there is this and this and this and this and that. Maybe it's you.
Yeah.
Maybe you haven't found that right person to build a relationship, a family with. Maybe it's not everybody. Maybe it's you. And I think in the United States, we always feel like we have to never take the blame or take the responsibility. I'm gonna blame you better. I'm gonna blame you. It's easier.
It's easier.
Take responsibility.
Yeah.
You want me to change? No, fuck you. Everybody needs to change for me because in the United States, we're all the center of attention.
That's right. You want me to do what? I didn't do it. You need to say sorry.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Move on. What are you gonna do? You're gonna allow a beautiful relationship that you might have with a friend, with a spouse, go to shit because you can't just be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I was in a bad mood.
No, but you cannot apologize.
I was off, and you know what? Can we just bury that and keep moving forward? Well, you know what? I learned that.
Talking about apologizing, look at Joe Rogan. I don't think he did anything wrong.
He did not do anything wrong.
I don't think he needed to apologize.
Could he have chose better words? Absolutely, we all can.
But he chose to take the higher road and give a sincere apology. But that, in the United States, is seen as weakness.
That's not weak. That's actually being the bigger guy.
I would apologize in a heartbeat. Like,
you do,
really,
though. You are like that.
I will take responsibility for my actions immediately. Like, hey, you know what? I was at fault. I'm sorry. I did that wrong. I fucked up. I'm the cause for that issue. I'm
the catalyst to that story, and I will end it here. Chapter closed.
And with that, guys, thanks for listening. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, of course. Give us a comment. Tell us what you guys think about everything we spoke about today.
Damn right.
If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast medium or streaming service, guys, comment, right? Like, subscribe.
Let us know. Let us know what you think. I know you dig our vibe because we got a cool vibe.
We got a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe. All right. Guys, you guys are awesome. It's been a while since we just don't just sit here and talk to you guys and let you guys know everything that's going on in our heads.
But I promise we're gonna be here. We already got a schedule and we're gonna tend to that schedule.
That's right. That's right. And if you haven't done so, go to our YouTube channel. We have a vlog there. And of course, we are also uploading this podcast via video form if you're listening to us. And if you're not listening to us and you're watching us on YouTube, but you don't have enough time to just watch because you're busy or something, listen to us on your way to work, on the drive anywhere, while you're working out, and I think it'll be fun. All right? So with that said, it's awesome talking to you guys. My name is Alex. You got my
Paola.
girl. KGYT is out. I'll see you guys and talk to you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for the next vlog. See you guys later. Peace.